Oh well. Woo! All right, we're live.
Happy Monday!
Happy Monday! Woohoo! Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of Money Mondays.
Yay! Woo!
Yep, I'm Nancy B, and that is Roseanne G, and we're happy to be here.
Nancy B, I'm Roseanne G.
We're happy to be here today and giving you some more information about money mindset mastery for any of you heart-centered entrepreneurs, or just anybody who is really sick and tired of being ruled by scarcity. That's what we're talking. That's what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about scarcity mindset versus abundant mindset. Woo!
Yeah, when you get sick of your own story enough to do something about it. And once you start learning more of the processes and implementing them, they pop into your head more. So it's like repetition type of thing. Repetition used to just be my worst enemy. I'd be like, Mom, why do I got to make my bed? I'm just going to get in it again. Now I'm learning with this money mindset, it's repetition. It's repetition that gets it embedded deeper, and then you go a deeper level. And then, all of a sudden it's clicking when you think something negative. You're like, uh-oh. Whoops. Yeah, so it's great.
So, Roseanne, would you like to share with us today some of your scarcity mindset that you might have had in the past, or stuff that creeps in?
Yeah, some stuff that still creeps in. Like our trip that we were just on at the lake. And this is new to us. This is only our second time traveling, but I've had this on other occasions as well, with household items or things like that. Everything is working fine. Everything is going along smoothly. And all of a sudden I'll have like this, like it's almost like a heat, like a fear of something. It's like my mind is trying to tell my body to be afraid of something and create stories of something like something is going to break down. Am I going to have the money? I automatically go into where's the money coming from? And it hasn't even happened. There's no sign of it even happening. It's just like everything is going smoothly, and then all of a sudden my brain has to kick in and go, wait, I got to do something. I got to be afraid. It's like, what?
So can I interrupt and just ask, is that the other shoe is going to drop syndrome?
Yeah, possibly, but it always goes into it's going to cost money to fix it.
Right.
Yeah. I don't really have that other shoe is going to drop kind of thing with anything else. It always seems to be related to am I going to have the money to fix this? What if this goes wrong? Now, I also know that doing this work and listening to my dad is always the what if, the what if, the what if. And so that has been ingrained in me to look ahead for the problem. And in his job, that's what he had to do. Was, he was a detective and he worked in the sheriff's department. He had to foresee the problem in order to protect himself and to protect other people. So his brain is wired that way to look for the problem, to have the solution ready. And so that's also created this whole mind storm of, things that aren't even happening. You can't be in the now because you're so far in the future of things that haven't happened. So I had to really dial it back and just go, everything is fixable. Everything is fixable. Everything is always worked out. We've always found resources. Somebody's always helped us. Jeremy knows a mechanic. There's resources at his work. We have people that we know, so I have to really talk myself off the ledge when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Wow. That's so good. That's so good. I mean, I'm not, my scarcity mindset shows up when I'm looking at my bank balance. So like even today, this morning, I was looking at my bank balance and I had a bill that gets taken out automatically. So it got taken out automatically, and I wasn't really conscious of it. I was looking at my bank balance, and I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, no, it's all good. It's all good. Money's in there. Money's in there. It's all good. You still have money. You can pay rent. You can pay bills. Da, 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 da. Money is always coming to me easily and from all avenues. But it's just so interesting. Like previously, my bank balance really, it really affected my emotions. It really affected like how I felt about myself. Even like if I didn't have enough money in the bank to pay my bills, I would start feeling really bad about myself and start like, just self-esteem wise, it was connected. My bank balance and my self-esteem was connected. And it was so painful. I mean, that's like so emotionally painful, and took me into some really, really dark places until I realized like the money is just money. I'm me. Yeah. my bank balance is not my worth. What's in the bank?
It's not who you are. Yeah.
It's not who I am. It's not how much I value myself. It's not how much I'm worth. It's not that amount of money in my bank account, where I really, really for a long, long, long time, that's how I would connect the two. And that's
how I show up. I would show up that way because it's already in your vibration, and you show up feeling less than. And then you start looking around for the people that have what you think is more than, and that it really, you embody that just as much as you can embody the positive, higher version of yourself. You actually embody and you become the lower version of you in that vibration. So yeah, you show up like if you're not appreciative of your clothes. This just came to my mind. Lately, I've been wearing some old shirts that I haven't worn, and that previously I was like, oh, I'm so sick of my clothes. It's all Walmart stuff. That's the only store we have. And I'm just thinking that this abundant version of me has to dress a certain way or look a certain way. Not that it has to, but wants to. But that I get to. When I have the money, I get to dress a different way. But I started appreciating these clothes, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of cute. Why haven't I been wearing that? I mean, that's all right. Why haven't I been wearing that? And I separated the fact that it's Walmart and this perception of Walmart clothing and what I feel like and what I look like, in my body wearing it. So it's like a mental thing that has to do with money and your abundance level. So it's really strange because it really doesn't have anything to do with anything. It's like to be grateful for a shirt you have on is, that's abundance, to be able to have clothing.
Exactly. Yeah. And Roseanne brought a point about like stepping into the higher version of herself. Her and I were talking about that yesterday. And I was telling her like, yeah, I was doing the dishes. Okay, I don't have a dishwasher. I did everything by hand. I don't really care that I don't have a dishwasher. If I was making $40,000 a month, would I get a dishwasher? Probably not. If I was choosing to stay in the same place that I'm living now, because I don't really care. I mean, I don't mind do dishes by hand. It's very meditative for me. I turn on music or I turn on something I can listen to, and I have a great time. But I was like, well, how would the $40,000 a month version of myself do dishes? And the thing about it was there was really no change except for me actually doing them, except for how I felt about doing them. And I felt like kind of, I don't know, happy about doing them, high vibe about doing them. It was like no big deal about doing them, where a lot of times I go into the kitchen and I see the piles of dishes and I'm like, I hate this. I'm the only one who does the dishes in the house. It's true. It's like, the $40,000 a month version of myself would be like, hey, dishes, woo, let's do the dishes. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
right.
So that was just like the only, big change about it. It's like, and then stepping into that, being able to like look at it like, hey, no big deal. I get to do dishes. Ooh, I like doing dishes. Ooh, da 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 da. This is fun. Let's do the dishes. It raised my vibration, which makes me be in a gratitude, appreciation, abundant vibration, instead of that scarcity vibration. If I'm, stepping into a lower vibration of myself of like, oh, I always have to do dishes. There's never enough time to do dishes. Ew. kind of thing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because that's the lower vibration. That's where scarcity is that I don't like to do dishes and all that. That's yeah.
Hmm.
So you're
Yeah.
just stepping into that lighter feeling of, you know, can I tell you something funny? If
Of
Jeremy's
course.
watching, he'll be commenting. We have a dishwasher and I won't let him use it.
Why?
And it doesn't have anything to do with money or, lack or scarcity. It's just because it's only two of us. So
Yeah.
when we have dishes in the sink, I tend to use the same things over and over. If we
Yeah.
have like the forks are all dirty and the dishwasher's not full, I'm not running it. So like 2 coffee cups, and it would take a month. I mean, we could like when we clean out the refrigerator and we could run a load or something like that. But no, because I always get mad because the dishes are in there and they're dirty and I got to take my cup out and wash it or whatever. I don't know. It just seems like the stuff sits there dirty for too long. And
No, I agree. I was just working with, I work with a couple elderly people and help take care of them. And I was at one of their houses, and I don't know how many dishes we're going to have to use to fill up that dishwasher. Like I mean, everybody's
yeah,
using the dishwasher, but I think it's going to take like 2 to 3 weeks to fill up that dishwasher enough to do a
yes,
load. I mean, I
yes.
guess you could do that. You can do a small load, right?
Yeah, I just don't see the point when you can
But yeah, I'm
do
the
it
same way.
by
It's
hand.
like it's almost easier just to wash them by hand and get them
Yeah.
done
My
and clean.
my mom and dad always washed the dishes and then put them in the dishwasher, which never made sense to me.
I'm one of those. It's because they don't get cleaned in the dishwasher. The dishwasher
Well,
to me,
yeah, that
the dishwasher
yeah,
to me is an expensive sanitizer. That's
yeah,
all
yeah.
it is.
Yeah, because Jeremy will put them in dirty and then they don't. To me, that doesn't seem clean, but I will rinse them. When we used it before, I would rinse it and make sure it was rinsed. But
Yeah,
my mom and dad would just like actually sit there and wash it and then put it in. I'm like, I don't. Okay, it's
I do that. If
um,
it's something sticky's on it, I make sure it's washed and I put it in with soap on it, and I don't care.
yeah. We also we not disassembled it. We discombobulated it. We hooked up the drain thing. That's where the Kangen machine goes, so that we
Uh-huh.
put a spout there. So we don't use it anyways. I'm like, well, why not just put the spout in there that we need for the Kangen?
There you
So
go.
yeah, isn't that funny? Wow.
Yes. So I guess our point is today is, when you're in scarcity mindset, everything seems low vibration. Everything seems like you're an uphill battle. It can affect your self-worth. You might feel bad about yourself because of your bank balance. You might feel bad about yourself because you can't afford something. Um, just because you don't have the money in the bank today, it has nothing to do with your self-esteem. It has nothing to do with how much you're a valuable part of society. It's really important to separate yourself from the money, from your bank balance, so that you can start seeing your worth and owning your worth. And the more that you identify, oh, that's scarcity mindset, and you step into, okay, what would abundance feel like? What would abundance mindset be? Definitely, what would abundance feel like? What would be the next highest version of myself? What would it feel like to be lighter, to feel lighter about this? And then focus on that. Then you're taking yourself towards the money, towards the abundance, towards the ability to receive more. Otherwise, you're going to stay in scarcity, because like attracts like. You focus on scarcity, you're going to get more scarcity. You focus on abundance, you'll get more abundance. That's how it is.
Yeah, law of attraction. Yeah,
Yeah.
so and also when you're lighter and you look for other things that doesn't really have to relate to money, but money does make you feel a certain way. So once you identify what that feeling is, and even if you don't have the money in the bank account, you can look around and you can know what feels abundant, like fresh air feels abundant. That's the vibration that you're looking for. And so you can look around and appreciate, you know, the trees or the air or the what, you know, if you have fresh air. You know, those types of things are abundant. I mean, look in your closet, or, you know, if you have shoes, that's abundance. That's, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an interesting shift going from there's never enough, I don't have enough, and then really looking at what you do have, really
Yeah.
looking at what you, I mean, if you're watching us right now, you have a phone or a computer. You know, those things, some people don't even have those things. So to be just, even to start being in the vibration of appreciation and gratitude, wow, I have this mini computer in my hand, or I have this mini computer in my household, what else do I have? You know, and starting to
Right.
focus on that, what you do have instead of what you don't have, helps you stay in that vibration, helps you stay in the frequency of abundance, and that will attract
Yes.
more.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay.
Do you have anything else to add?
I think that's it.
All right. Awesome.
I
All
want to say
right.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
It's Nancy's birthday. Comment happy birthday. Let's celebrate her today.
Thank you.
Happy, happy, happy,
Thanks,
happy
honey.
day. You're welcome.
Absolutely.
All right. We will talk to you all later. Love
Yeah.
you.
Have a great week. Practice abundant mindset.
Bye.
Bye.